Hello everyone, I am Deep Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to start discussion about two known flow processes. First one is adiabatic process and second one is polytropic process. In the last lecture we have discussed three known flow processes: constant volume process, or sometimes it is also called constant isochoric process. Then we have discussed constant pressure process, and third we have discussed about isothermal process. Today we will discuss adiabatic and polytropic process. So let us start with the adiabatic process. So first of all, what is the meaning of adiabatic process? So the process in which the heat transfer is zero is known as the adiabatic process. Okay, so practically how we can do this? So if there is any system and we put insulation over the body, then heat transfer can be minimized or it can be zero. Or if we make process very fast, super fast, then there will be no time for the heat transfer, so the heat transfer can be zero. So by this two way we can make heat transfer zero and we can make adiabatic process. Okay, so again I am repeating, adiabatic means if there is no heat transfer during the process, then that process is known as the adiabatic process. Okay, now second is, according to the first law of thermodynamics, we can write del Q is equals to del W plus du. Okay, now here in the adiabatic process heat transfer is zero, so we can write del Q equals to 0, and we from the first law we can write del W equals to P into dV plus du. Du means the change in internal energy. Change in internal energy means mCV T2 minus T1, that we have already discussed. Now if we put 0 at the right hand side, then we can write P dV plus CV dt is equals to 0, and this is our equation number 1. Okay, now we know the characteristic gas equation PV equals to mRT. Now if we put mass is equals to 1 kg, then we can write PV equals to RT. Now if we differentiate this equation PV equals to RT, then we can write PdV plus VdP is equals to RdT. Okay, and now if we make subject to the dt, then we can write PdV plus VdP upon R is equals to dt. Now we can make this equation as equation number 2. Okay, so if we put value of dt in equation number 1, then we can write PdV plus CV into PdV plus VdP divided by R. This is the value of dt. Okay, is equals to 0. So we can write here, if we take LCM, then we can write R into PdV plus CV into PdV plus CV into VdP is equals to 0. Okay, so here we can replace R as a Cp minus Cv, then we can write Cp minus Cv into PdV plus Cv into PdV plus Cv into VdP is equals to 0. If we open the bracket, then we can write Cp into PdV minus Cv into PdV plus Cv into PdV plus Cv into VdP is equals to 0. Okay, so from this equation we can cut Cv into PdV minus Cv into PdV. Okay, so finally what we get, Cp into PdV plus Cv into VdP is equals to 0. This is our equation number 3. Okay, now we can divide whole the equation number 3 by Cv into PV. Okay, so if we divide it, then we can get Cp into PdV plus Cv into VdP divided by Cv into PV is equals to 0. So finally what we get, that Cp by Cv is equals to gamma. okay, and PP will be cut. So you can here write gamma into dV by V, okay, plus in the another bracket VV will be cut, okay, so we can write dP by P is equals to 0. So our final equation is gamma into dV by V plus dP by P is equals to 0. This is our equation number 4. So here we can write, if we integrate it, then we can write gamma into log V plus log V into P is equals to 0, okay, and so here by integrating we can write log V raised to gamma plus log P is equals to log C. C is the constant, okay. Now we know the logarithmic properties, that by addition of two log we can write it as PV raised to gamma is equals to constant, okay. So this is known as the adiabatic law. Here gamma is the adiabatic index and for air the value of gamma is 1.4, okay. So if you ask to prove the adiabatic law, then you have to prove this equation that PV raised to gamma is equals to constant, okay, and the value of gamma is 1.4 for the air, okay. Now we are going to discuss few more things about the adiabatic process. So first we will discuss about the work done in the adiabatic process. So from this PV diagram you can see that here the condition number 1, at the condition number 1 there is a pressure P1 and volume V1, and at the condition number 2 there is a pressure P2 and volume V2. So for this process 1 to 2 we will discuss about the work done in the adiabatic process. So let us start. So we know the work done W equals to PdV, okay, but here there are two variables, pressure and volume, okay. So to convert two variable into one variable we will take PV raised to gamma equals to constant, okay. So we can write P equals to C by V raised to gamma. So we can replace P as a C by V raised to gamma, and then we will integrate it from V1 to V2. Okay, so this is the step. What we have write, that integration V1 to V2 C by V raised to gamma into dV. Now we are going to integrate it. So what we will get, C into V raised to minus gamma plus 1 upon minus gamma plus 1 into dV. Okay, now we know if we take minus gamma plus 1 as a common, and if we put limit V1 to V2, then we can write C by minus gamma plus 1 into V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1 minus V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1. Here we have put two limits, higher limits and lower limit. So finally what we get, that 1 upon minus gamma plus 1 C into V2 raised to minus gamma plus 1 minus C into V1 raised to minus gamma plus 1. Now we are going to put the value of C. Okay, we know that PV raised to gamma equals to constant. So for the condition number 1 we can write P1 V1 raised to gamma equals to constant. For the condition number 2 we can write P2 V2 raised to gamma equals to constant. Okay, so finally if we put the value of constant, then we can write here P2 V2 minus P1 V1 upon 1 minus gamma. Okay, so here we can write it as P1 V1 minus P2 V2 raised upon gamma minus 1. So this is the final equation of our work done. Work done equals to P1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon gamma minus 1. Okay, now next thing is the heat transfer, but for the adiabatic process we know that the heat transfer is 0, so that here the value of heat transfer is 0, so del Q equals to 0. Okay, now next thing is change in the internal energy. Okay, so from the first law we can write del Q is equals to del W plus du, but we know that del Q is equals to 0 for the adiabatic process because heat transfer is 0 here. So we can write here 0 equals to del W plus du. So what we will get, du equals to minus del W, and we know the equation of del W, that is the P1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon gamma minus 1. Okay, so from this equation we can write du. Okay, now next is the relation between the pressure, volume and temperature. So According to the adiabatic process, we can write PV raised to gamma equals to constant. So from this equation, we can directly get the value of pressure and volume. Okay. So here we can write that V into gamma V raised to gamma minus 1 into T equals to constant. Okay, so finally what we are getting, that V1 raised to gamma minus 1 into T1 equals to constant for the condition number 1, and for the condition number 2, V2 raised to gamma minus 1 into T2 equals to constant. Okay, so here you can write V1 raised to gamma minus 1 into T1 equals to V2 raised to gamma minus 1 into T2. Okay, so finally we can write the equation as T2 by T1 equals to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1. This is our final relation between the temperature and volume. Okay, now we know the relation between the pressure and volume, that PV raised to gamma equals to constant. So for the condition number 1, we can write P1 V1 raised to gamma equals to P2 V2 raised to gamma for the condition number 2. Okay, so finally you can write V1 by V2 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to 1 upon gamma. Okay, so here we can write our final relation between the temperature, volume and pressure as T2 by T1 is equals to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. This is the relation between the temperature, volume and pressure. Okay, so this is what all about the adiabatic process. Now we are going to discuss our second process, or the fifth known flow process, that is the polytropic process. Polytropic process is the real process, because we cannot get absolute zero heat transfer in the adiabatic process, in the practical processes. Okay, because some amount of heat will be always leakage. Okay, or some amount of heat will be going out from the system. So practically we cannot get absolute adiabatic process. Okay, so we are going to discuss now the polytropic process. Polytropic process is the real process. Now the polytropic process is governed by the law PV raised to n is equals to constant. Here we have replaced gamma by n. Okay, so the value of n will be within the range of 1 to 1.7. Okay, now we are going to discuss the PVT relation that we have already proved in the adiabatic process, that is the T2 by T1. Here we have replaced only n by gamma by n, so we can write directly that T2 by T1 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 divided by n. Okay, similarly the relation between the temperature and volume is T2 by T1 is equals to V1 by V2 raised to n minus 1. Here we have replaced n by gamma by n. Okay, and the relation between the pressure and volume is P2 by P1 is equals to V2 by V1 raised to n. Okay, so these are the simple relation. Now if we take case number 1, when we put n equals to 0, then what happen? It will becomes the constant pressure process. Here you can easily understand, if we put n equals to 0, then what will be happen, that pressure equals to constant. Okay, next if we put n equals to 1, then the relation will become PV raised to n equals to C, and if we put value of n is equals to 1, then we can write PV equals to C. This is the Boyle's law, and finally Boyle's law is for the constant temperature process. Okay, so finally we can get for the case number 2, if we put value of n is equals to 1, then we can write constant temperature process. Okay, now third, when we put n equals to gamma, here we know gamma is the adiabatic index, so we can write, if we put n equals to 1.4 or gamma, then we can write it is the adiabatic process. Okay, and when we put n equals to infinite, okay, then the process will becomes constant volume process or the isochoric process. Okay, here we can put infinite instead of n, then we will get V equals to constant, and for the V equals to constant it is the isochoric process. Okay, so this is the different cases for the polytropic process. Now next we will discuss about the work done. We know the work done is equals to P1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon n minus 1. Here we have replaced gamma by n. Okay, Now next is the change in the internal energy. So we know the change in internal energy is du and it is equals to mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, next is the heat transfer. This is the most important. Okay, so according to the first law we can write del Q equals to del W plus du. So we can write here del W is equals to P1V1 minus P2V2 upon n minus 1 plus du is equals to mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, so we can write here that del Q is equals to P1V1 minus P2V2 upon n minus 1 plus mCv T2 minus T1. Okay, so finally we can write here P1V1 minus P2V2 upon n minus 1. Here we have replaced Cv by R upon gamma minus 1. So we can write m into R upon gamma minus 1 into T2 minus T1. Okay, so T2 minus T1 will remain as it is. Here only we have changed the value of Cv as R upon gamma minus 1. So finally we can write P1V1 minus P2V2 upon n minus 1 plus Mr T2 minus Mr T1 upon gamma minus 1. Okay, so we can write P1V1 minus P2V2 upon n minus 1 plus P2V2 minus P1V1 upon gamma minus 1. Mr T2 is equals to P2V2 and Mr T1 is equals to P1V1. Okay, so here we can get common P1V1 minus P2V2. So in the bracket what we will get 1 upon n minus 1 minus 1 upon gamma minus 1. And if we take LCM of n minus 1 into gamma minus 1, then we can easily get P1V1 minus P2V2 in bracket gamma minus 1 upon minus n plus 1 upon n minus 1 into gamma minus 1. Okay, so finally the equation of heat transfer will come as gamma minus n upon gamma minus 1 into T1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon n minus 1. That is the equation of work done. So we can write here del Q equals to gamma minus n upon gamma minus 1 into work done during the polytropic process. Okay, so this is the final equation of heat transfer. Now next is the change in enthalpy. So we know the change in enthalpy is equals to mCp T2 minus T1. Okay, so this is the final equation of enthalpy. Okay, so this is the end of polytropic process. Okay, so in this lecture we have discussed about the two known flow processes. First is the adiabatic process and second is the polytropic process. In the adiabatic process we have discussed there will be heat transfer is equals to 0, and we have discussed all the five topics like enthalpy in the adiabatic process, work done in the adiabatic process, change in internal energy in the adiabatic process. Okay, and for the polytropic process we have discussed different cases, we have put different value of n, and then what are the result comes. Okay, then we have discussed about the heat transfer, work done, change in enthalpy and change in internal energy for the polytropic process. Okay, so thank you for today.